Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays and welcome. We are taking a look at the Tier 7 Typhoon, the British multi-role. Now, this may look like a weird paint job to you, for those of you that are relatively new to the game. This is actually because when the British line was introduced, they had a very cool event. It was like the Candy Cane Trail or Candy Cane Road, where as you did battles, you'd earn candy canes that would eventually unlock all the way up through the Tier 9 British multi-role line, so it's kind of a nice introduction to this line. And now, first thing we're going to do with this aircraft is I'm actually going to go grab this garrison. Why am I doing that? Because I want to interrupt their mine as soon as humanly possible. They do have a human ground attacker and a Ju-88P, but they also have some bombers as well. The rockets on this aircraft actually reload very, very quickly, and we do get 4 20mm Hispanos, which are fairly strong and able to do some pretty decent damage against these defense aircraft. So we dodge those two. Now we're on to the light fighter. One down. Let's throw some bullets into this. 6 rounds into that. Was that enough? No, not quite. We missed one tent. This is why I say like to shoot up the tents before I come in here. There we go. To go ahead and hit the reload on that, and now I'm going to take my team over to the mine. See if we can interrupt a little bit. Do have a heavy up high, Key 102, and then there's their bombers. One's a PE-2 M82, so they'll be at lower altitude. We are equipped with polished skin because I decided to favor a little bit more speed. I am used to flying my American multi-roles, which are a little bit... Oh man, that's going to cost us a lot of the capture. Ugh. I am used to flying my American multi-roles, which tend to be a little bit faster in sacrifice maneuverability. So this isn't, this kind of makes the aircraft fly more the way I like to fly, so if that makes any sense. There is a ground attacker down there. There it is. That's not the human, though. Our rockets are back. Ah, poop. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We got 25 seconds. The ground attacker may still be around shortly. Will the bombers still be in the zone? Guns are pretty hot right now. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Nah, he wasn't in the zone. Oh well. Well, the bomber's here. He's going to start doing work on this facility. I'm going to do what I can to try and help him out. We're going to shoot up some of the ground targets here. Some of the AA guns give him a little bit more survivability. This way he doesn't die overhead stupidly. We do have these 8 rockets. They do reload fairly quickly. I'm gonna get my nose up. Okay, we can do some good work here. Rocket. Gun these. Another rocket. Here we go. Still got 7... No, not 7. We've got 5 rockets left. I think we did some decent damage there, but not quite enough. Let's get that reload started. There we go. And that's the life of a multi-role. Little bit of bomber hunting, a little bit of heavy hunting, and now we can make our way over to recapture what we originally claimed. I'd mentioned the mines being important. When both of these tick over, it's going to be a huge hit to the enemy because we essentially have 4 capture points to their 2 right now. We do have a human over here. Yeah, it would be nice to get over there and give him a hand. Throw the maneuverability in, swivel, swivel. And on to the light defense aircraft. They're all worth the same amount of points. And that flipped the zone. Nice. Let's go play in the middle a little bit. I do see a multi-roll right here. What are you? Typhoon? Alright. Let our boost build up a little bit. No sense in being anxious right now. Plus we can move with our team. And we got our friendly P-51 over here. Was that a P-51D specialized? Yeah, he's pretty good. He'll be all set. There's the Typhoon. You're worth 60 points instead of just 40 points, so thank you for that. Oh, I see you. Okay, and he already damaged this aircraft, so an easy 40. It looks like my team picked that up for me. Let's do all the rockets. It's overkill, but now we can get the zone counting back, or we can get our reload counting back over. There's a P-51 right there. We're coming up from underneath. He is not looking at us, not in the slightest. And by the time we realized we were here, it was too late. Good hits. We lit him on fire, and bye.
Hang in there. You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again, support will not.
Key 102. I'm not worried about your tail gunner. It turns out that I have a bit of hit points for being a multi-roll. And yeah, things are going pretty well. As a multi-roll, I feel like we do have the ability to influence the battlefield a lot, but it doesn't mean that we need to be in the thicket of it. We don't need to be sitting in the center of a dogfight, but again, we can if need be. We just need to pay attention to where the rest of our team is, not going in by ourselves and working together. Now, I'm actually going to leave the airfield. I'm just going to keep pushing on. There's a ground attacker over here. There's a mid-altitude bomber. Might as well kill these things off because it's squall line, and if we take out these planes, I don't need to worry about them flipping any more of my sectors because that's a lot of my work being taken away from me. And that's how I like to fly my multi-roll. The British multi-rolls are absolute monsters when it comes to the ability to not only take a zone but also defend it, because they almost immediately start getting 20mm cannons, and I think they get them as early as tier 5. So, boom, we just picked up grade 2 because we're defending our sector. And we don't really have any way to get up there right now because we don't have the consumables. Tier 7 seems to be a weird point where you end up getting a lot of benefits to the aircraft once you get to specialization. It unlocks a lot more modules. Prior to this, you're lucky if you open up 1 or 2 module slots, or equipment slots rather. And then a consumable slot as well, but this only has 2 equipment slots, and when we get to the hangar, I'll show you what else we get for it. And the unfortunate thing is, well, the bombs and rockets both reload in 60 seconds, and in my opinion, the bombs are better than the rockets. The rockets are what you get saddled with when you go to specialization. Of course, this is, you know, your choice, like what's your flavor? A lot of people like rockets, and that's totally fine, and that means that this works out just as well for you. They're not bad, but I usually end up dumping more than I would like to into a target. Rockets take a little bit more of a deliberate attempt to go after something. A bomb, you just center it on whatever you want to kill and you drop either 1 or 2 bombs depending on how much it's going to take out that site. While rockets, they have a much smaller blast radius. You can do a lot of direct damage, so you gotta really line up the shot with the rockets. But then you also kind of get to pick and choose how you want to spread it out. So there's a lot of lightly damaged targets, and you just need to come in and kill like 1 structure in this section, 1 target in this section. You can pick up a zone pretty quick with 8 rockets. So there are advantages to be had. The 20mm Hispanos on this are an awesome addition to the aircraft. Where we at tier 4. So at tier 5, you immediately pick up 4 Hispanos. Then at tier 6, you get Hispano Mark IIs. You get Hispano Mark 5s when you get to the Typhoon, which is what we're looking at right here. And then you still get Hispano Mark 5s even when you get to the Tempest. Now, Seahawk gets Hispano Mark 5s with a star because they gave it a little bit more damage and reach. And then of course you culminate with a Hunter. But I liked the British multi-role line. I only started with the Typhoon and then went to the Tempest, then the Seahawk, and eventually unlocked the Hunter, which is why this is actually one of the few lines I really haven't flown a lot. I had the Hurricane, but I'm not even sure. Yeah, I haven't even fully upgraded this thing. So I'm probably going to revisit the Hurricane, Hurricane Mark II, as well as the Tornado at some point, but it's might be a little bit of time before we get there. But in the meantime, the Typhoon is an excellent aircraft. It's definitely something to look forward to. And I like it. I think it's a solid platform. I think you guys will enjoy it as well if you enjoy the multi-role. So thanks for joining me on this flight. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one.